verse 6. Psalm 112, verse 6. Psalm 112, verse 6. Surely he will never be shaken. A righteous man will be remembered how long? Yes. Verse 7, verse 7. He will have no what? Look at it again. He will have no what? Amen. Now this is talking about the righteous man. This is talking about the righteous man. Why? His heart is what? Trusting in what? Verse 8. His heart is what? He will have no what? Now this is a person that has walked with the Lord for a while, that has faith. Faith is the counter for fear. Faith is the countermeasure for fear. But if you don't have strong faith, if you can't look and see the end of the thing, if you can't look past the trouble and see the end of it, look at it in the text. It's in the text, verse 8. His heart is secure, he will have no fear. Watch this. In the middle of it, he will look. In the middle of it. In the middle of it. No. In the what? He will look in what? What faith does, faith allows me to look at the trouble, but then I look past the trouble and I see Jesus. The trouble is there. I got the bad news. The sickness in the body. The bad news is there, but when you walk by faith, amen, and not by, we're not locked into what we see. We look past it and we can see beyond it. But unfortunately, the person that's a captive to fear gets caught up in the moment. Gets caught up in the moment. Yeah. And when you're caught up in the moment, you're a slave. You're a slave. Dr. Frederick Casey Price, amen. And when I first started in ministry, I sort of tried to model myself after him because my primary gift is teaching. And he used to always say, if you're going to be victorious in faith, if you're going to be victorious in faith, there are times when you have to disconnect yourself from your emotions. Amen. In this Christian journey, there are times when you are going to have to disconnect yourself from your emotions. Why? Because our emotions are slave. Your emotions are a slave to the natural. What we see, what we hear, what we taste, what we touch. Amen. We're slaves to the natural. But thank God for Jesus Christ. I say thank God for Jesus Christ. Amen, amen, amen. Yes, fear is real. It's literally psychological warfare. If Satan can get in your head, the body will follow. One of the first things they taught us in the United States Marine Corps, they taught us if you got one bullet, if you got your M16 rifle or your M45, we had to qualify with the M45 and the M16. They said if you got your M45 and your M16 and you only got one bullet, get them in the head. Because if you get them in the head, what's going to follow? The body. The body's got to follow. If Satan can get in your head, if he can get in your thoughts, yeah. Amen, amen. If he can cripple you with fear, amen. If he can overwhelm you, yeah. But thank God for Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I say thank God for Jesus. Thank God for Jesus. Give me 5 more minutes here. Give me 5 more minutes here. Give me 5. Thank God for Jesus. Amen. Let me show you how the deliverer works. In Psalm 91, we see here a diagram. We see a chart here how God deals with the worshiper. How God deals with the worship. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest. Everybody say rest. Everybody say rest. Now again, this doesn't apply for everybody. This doesn't apply for all Christians. This doesn't apply for all Christians. I wish it did. But the older I get, the more I walk with the Lord, I'm discovering how exclusive this club is. Amen. This is a clique for real. This don't apply for everybody. Christianity is a clique, I'm sorry. It was this way before I came. Amen. This way before I came. And I can't change it. I really can't. I can't change it. This is for the worshiper. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest. Come on, everybody say rest. Amen. Why? He will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge. Come on, say that. I will say. Come on, say that. I will say. Yolanda, that's the worshiper talking. That ain't lottie-dottie and everybody. That's the worshiper talking. That's the worshiper. I will say. Where my worshipers at? This is what the worshiper says. The Lord is my what? The Lord is my what? Stop right there. Everybody say refuge. The worshiper worshiper is a prayer. Not prayer, prayer. Like walker, talker, boxer, runner. Amen. Well, the worshiper is a prayer. Amen. This is what we do. What's different from the worshiper and the average Joe or the average Christian is when trouble hits us, we don't sit and marinate on it. We don't brood over the trouble. We don't pet it and stroke it and, and play with it. Amen. For the worshiper, when trouble comes, amen, we try to find a prayer closet. We looking for a prayer closet. Talk to somebody on the phone. Some come bad. You know what? I'm going to call you back. I got another call coming in. I don't hear no line. No, see, it's Jesus on the main line. And I'm about to tell him if you ain't got a spiritual ear, you can't hear it. You see? Amen. See, worshipers are prayers. Amen. We don't hesitate to pray. Romans chapter 12 says, instant in prayer. Instant in prayer. Amen. Prayer is not a routine for us. Prayer is not going through the motions with us. Amen. Prayer for us is like breathing. Prayer for us is like water. Write this down. Proverbs 18:10. Proverbs 18:10. Don't go to it. I'm moving quickly here. But it says, it talks about the name of the Lord is a strong, some of y'all know it. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous do what? Run to it and are what? Safe. Everybody say safe. Everybody say safe. Literally, and David, when he was writing this, he was using the picture in his mind. When David was running from King Saul, he literally hid in caves. 1 Samuel chapter 24. Read that during this week of devotion. David compares prayer and worship to the refuges, he literally hid in caves. Sunday school, y'all remember on one occasion, he could have killed King Saul. Sunday school, y'all remember, he could have killed King Saul. Amen. He was in the cave. The Bible says he was in the hinder part of the cave. And he looked, and Saul was in the front of the cave. And then his troops said, David, we got him now. God has delivered him into your hands. And his soldiers were ready to kill him. And David said, no, I ain't going to do that. Touch not God's anointed. Do the prophet. Amen. What you talking about? Amen. Well, when temptation comes your way, you still got to live holy. When temptation comes your way, you still got to live holy. Amen. Sister girlfriend, amen. When he called you late at night going to come over, and it's not for Bible study. He talking to you and trying to mac on you and flirt with you and so on and so on. And you know he's not saved. You know he can't say. Can't find Genesis in the Bible. And he is stroking your little ego and see all attention is not good attention. You walk around with words on your behind and you drawing all the type of wrong attention. All attention is not good attention. You know he's not saved. Thank you, Jesus. Help me with that. Lord, lead us not into, deliver me from, but baby, you got to close the door. You got that. Well, I'm waiting for Jesus to come. He just don't come. Lord, send me a sign. Let 3 camels just walk right past me. Really? That's what you need. No, let me give you the sign right here. Live holy. Be holy because I am holy. Be holy because you're saved and you got the Holy Spirit living within you. Be holy as I am holy. The just shall live by faith. When tests and trials come your way, amen, Satan start messing with your money. And he will mess with your money. Do I have a witness here? I say he will mess with your money. So literally, when we talk about this hiding place, this refuge, amen, David likens prayer to a hiding place or a refuge under his wings. Psalm 91 says, under his wings, we rest under his wings. We hide under his his wings. This is a euphemism for worship. When the saints, we worship God in our tests and our trouble, this is your act of faith. God responds and he helps his children. We're close to God, under his wings, under his wings. Yes. Look at that, verse 4. Look at verse 4 very quickly. Under verse 4. He will cover you with his feathers. Under his wings you will take refuge. Everybody say refuge. And then verse 5, you will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day. Yes. In verse 4 again, you see his faithfulness will be your shield. Verse 4, you see his faithfulness will be your shield. Everybody say shield. Come on, say shield. Well, we talked about the fiery dart, but you know, the only way they were able to stop the fiery darts was with his shield. Now in Ephesians 6, we saw a shield of what? Faith. Shield of faith. Well, what was the shield? How do you stop a fiery dart with your shield? Well, what did they do with the shield? Literally, and this was the amazing thing, I took my concordance. I have a Jewish concordance. And believe it or not, they said they literally took the shield and they coated it with oil and water. Because remember, the arrow is what? Flame. So they took the shield and they coated it before they went out. They would coat it. They would take rags and coat it with oil and water. You mean they would put oil and water on metal? No, the shields were not metal. And that's what blew my mind. You know, and I'm military. I'm very interested in military things, Marine Corps. Amen. The shields, they were metal, but they had cushions on, like these chairs you got. They were covered in leather. Leather that was soaked in water. And by the way, that's why if you're a soldier, you can't be weak and be a soldier.
Amen.
Take a little side street just for a minute. Amen. If you don't, the Bible says we are soldiers. 2 Timothy chapter 2, it says good soldiers, good soldiers. Listen, you can't be weak and be a soldier. Amen. When I went to the United States Marine Corps, I had to go through 12 weeks of boot camp. 12 weeks of boot camp, amen. Get up in the morning with the rising sun, gonna run all day till the run ends down. It's not time. That's not the time to quit. That's not the time to give up. Amen. The just shall live by. The just shall live by. When tests and trials come, that's not the time. That's not the time to shut down and stop serving the Lord. And stop going to church. Amen. I wish you write these down. I wish for those that are writing notes down. Amen. You got to live by faith. Amen. You got to live holy. Amen. You got to trust God. Trust God in the area of your finances. Trust God in the area of your finances. Amen. And come on, say this with me. Keep serving the Lord. Say it again. Keep serving the Lord. You don't get mad at God. Well, I'm going to just stop singing. I'm going to stop singing. You know you got a ministry. You know you got a ministry of exhortation. You know you got a ministry. People are blessed when you minister. You get up there and minister and folk come to you and they encourage you. Oh, baby girl, you really bless me. Oh, you bless me. I was feeling down this morning, but just to see you and see that energy and see that effervescence and to see you bouncing and moving and you were encouraged. I was feeling like a dog. I felt like a dog this morning. But I saw that energy in you. I saw that light in you and you encouraged me. That's, by the way, that's the gift of exhortation. Singing is not a spiritual gift. I said singing is not a spiritual gift. Amen. Devils sing. Amen. Demons sing. R. Kelly. Amen. That's not a... No, the gift is the ministry of exhortation. When you bring that talent, you bring the natural talent to the house of the Lord, and then the Holy Ghost grabs it and uses it. The gifts are for the body of Christ. And you bring that gift in, and now you are lifting others. You see, but here it is. A test or a trial comes away, and you get mad at God, and now I'm just going to say it. No, I'm saying that. God forbid. God forbid.